Okay.
No, I'm just recording your speech.
Oh, okay.
I'm making a video
So
clip.
that was the one of the funny. So I think it's sort of a misnomer to say that Grant drank a lot, right? During when he was away from his wife out in the West before the Civil War, he probably drank too much.
Uh-huh.
Then he got out of the Army, but he never really. In the Civil War, there's no indication that at any time he was not in full control.
And that in fact surprised me because somebody who always drank alcohol and at the same time he was a very famous, smart military leader. I think that there's contradiction. I mean, drinking alcohol and at the same time leading the army and making the most.
Well, he wasn't drinking when he was leading the army.
Mm-hmm.
That was the point.
Uh-huh.
And I think maybe that's a cultural thing. I mean, drinking was quite common here. Many of the.
Oh yes, that's right. Drank. That's right. Maybe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But there's no indication that he ever drank.
No indication for that.
No indication that he ever drank to excess in the Civil War.
Uh-huh.
And there's no indication that he was never prepared for battle. Uh-huh. There's one story slightly that, after the battle when he became depressed, he drank. But there was no indication. There was a lot of things that were said about him.
And he passed away in one place, Mount Gregor.
Mount Gregor.
Oh, yes. And he was buried in another place in Harlem.
Well,
Why
you got to
Harlem?
understand. Harlem was not the Harlem that you're thinking of today. Harlem is the northern end of Manhattan, New York, and it was a very luxurious place to live. It was a suburb. It was a nice place.
Is it the same today?
No, it is not the same today.
I know that because
but at that time, I suppose it's the same thing in Cairo, isn't there? I mean,
right. I think so.
At one time, if you went back 200 years ago, there's probably neighborhoods, probably 2,000 years ago,
right,
very beautiful.
Right.
All right, and nowadays